But there is, and you talk about it, and so does David Epstein. You do talk about, and I've never heard it quite described the way you do in your book. You talk about what practice and early practice does to create essentially a bundle of neurotransmitters that sort of almost like bunching together a bunch of wires. Talk about that, because I know that you can't really, baseball players, and my nephew's really athletic, and he's a giant kid, and he's 16, and he squats 300 pounds for reps. He's 6'1" and 205 pounds, and he's just all muscle. I said, play baseball, forget football, and he said, no, it's too late for me. I don't have, you've got to be able to chunk a lot of information. Those kids have been playing since they were 8, 5, 6, 7 years old. They can see a pitch coming, and they just can read all the signals and stuff.
Right.
You're not going to be a great chess master, grandmaster, unless you started playing chess before the age of 12, at least according to David Epstein's work. So
I think that's true.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about that.
Well, it has to do with the way brains develop, and the thing that I'm most interested in is this stuff called myelin, which we probably remember from biology class, the myelin sheath. And myelin is the insulation that wraps around all of the wires of our brain. And when you practice something, and when you get good at it, you get a thicker myelin sheath, which makes the signal move faster and more accurately. And that's kind of what skill is.
We can actually prove that? Can we measure that?
You bet. It gets measured. They've done studies where they'll take a bunch of piano players and have them practice. A group will practice 100 hours, another group will practice 200 hours. And the myelin growth in the appropriate areas of their brain is proportional to the hours practiced.
Are you kidding?
In other words, every hour earns you a little more of this electrical tape that makes your signals go faster and better, and that's why practice is.
That's unbelievable.
Kind of awesome.
What is it made of? Is it just
It's fat.
It's a fat. It's a fat. Actually, its function is exactly like electrical tape. It's a resistor, and for years it wasn't studied because who wants to study this, inert fat? But it turns out it's very much not inert, and it grows in response to practice.
You can see it in MRIs, you can see it in all of that stuff, and everybody experiences it. That's what automaticity is.